Okay, patch 1.11 is out, and we're going to do a quick breakdown. This is the patch notes for you, so you can know what is to be expected while the maintenance is going on, etc. If you look at the Faction Wars here, this is going to be the biggest thing you're going to notice. Faction Wars is finally to the game. So it's been talked about forever that, hey, Faction Wars is coming, hey, Faction Wars is coming, hey, Faction Wars is actually coming out of the game. So we are going to be getting this. There's 12 crypts available for us, one for each faction. You get 12 keys available per day per crypt. And we'll kind of go through the Faction Wars here. We'll read it. So Faction Wars is a new game mode accessible by players of level 6 and above. So you get it fairly early. A new battle map with 12 crypts is made available to you. A single crypt for each major faction. However, the number of crypts may increase in the future as more factions appear in Raid Shadow Legends. Each crypt consists of 21 stages, and each stage has 3 rounds, much like the campaign battles you've seen before. Okay, so these are more longer form PvE content. Faction War Cycle consists of 7, or excuse me, cut 3, 2. A Faction War cycle lasts 6 days, and the certain crypts are only available on certain days. So kind of like the keeps that we have for the potions now. The order of availability is automatically drawn up at the beginning of each cycle, and it is not set in stone, unlike Affinity Keeps. So this is kind of a rolling, aka Tavern Brawl for Hearthstones. It's going to be kind of a rolling game mode that it's available at different times. Currently, crypts are opened in pairs, okay? So you get 2 at a time. Note that no crypt can be opened for 2 days in a row. So whatever crypts were available on the last day of the Faction War cycle would not be selected for the first day of the next cycle, okay? You get how that works. So if it was the first one, it's also not going to be the first one again because it's not going to repeat, okay? So crypt keys are required to fight for faction war battles. And it's important to remember that every crypt key can be used to access corresponding crypts. So Bannerlord crypt key for the Bannerlord crypts. Each player gets 12 keys per available crypt at the start of the day and cannot go above that limit. These keys are automatically refreshed when the crypt closes, so no matter how many keys you've spent, you always have 12 on that day. That Pacific crypt is available. Again, no, keys are not burned if you lose the battle. They're only spent when you win. So essentially, you can get 12 wins per crypt. That's what you get, okay? And keep in mind, that's 12 keys per day at the start of the day for those crypts that are open. So then moving along here, in addition to the normal loot you will receive, we're also going to be receiving stars for completing stages, much like we do in the campaign. And I'm sure we're going to be getting one-time rewards, like it says here, allows you to access one-time rewards. Hopefully we see some sacred shards, void shards, things like we do along the campaign as well, so we can get a few additional rewards that might help out some of the players who need a good poll or two, or maybe a few good books. Okay, so glyphs are powerful new items in the game that can be used for a specific substat of artifacts and accessories. They can be attained by beating crypt stages in the faction wars. To do so, you need to select the desired artifact and go to Enchantment tab. From there, you can select an appropriate glyph and proceed to enchant your artifact. The glyph must fit the following conditions. There's a substat on it that is the same as, the glyph. For instance, you can't take, HP and put it on defense. That's obvious. The glyph rank is equal to or lower than that of the accessory artifact. So a 4-star glyph on a 4-star item, 6 on 6, etc. The existing substat bonus is lesser than the maximum value obtainable by the enchantment, meaning you can only go up to a certain amount of substats total on an item, and once you get to that point, you can't go above that. Each glyph has a certain upgrade range. For an example, an accuracy glyph may enchant your artifact and add a random bonus between 10 and 15 to the accuracy substat. The glyph is lost upon a successful upgrade. Though the value of the bonus did not reach the possible maximum, you can use another glyph to attempt the same upgrade. So essentially what's happening here is if you get an item you really like that has like attack crit rate, crit damage, and like flat attack or attack percentage, or you just want some crazy damage weapon or something, you can max out all of the substats just using glyphs. And this way, our really good pieces of items, we've earned it, now we can claim it, basically. So we can keep going with this. So, for example, if the first glyph gives you a bonus of 11, you can get it the same rank if you're lucky, and the next bonus is greater than 11, the artifact will be enchanted once more, and the corresponding substat will be increased. So basically, if you have one glyph on it that gives it 11, but the other one would have given it 15, ching bada bing, there you go. Okay, moving along to the new debuffs, which is Fear and True Fear. Now, Fear is essentially the weaker form of True Fear. They do the same thing. Now, when the champion with the Fear debuff on them attempts to use a skill, there's a 50% chance that it will fail, and they will instead just lose their turn. Now, True Fear, what it does is when the champion with the debuff on them attempts to use a skill, same thing, but the skill that they tried to use goes on cooldown, okay? So if they get that 50% coin flip, instead of just skipping their turn, that move also essentially gets used. Okay, so now some quality of life changes, the interface changes. You're going to notice here by the picture, you can now sort by, artifacts, chest plate, upgrade levels. There's different quality of life adjustments you can now do new, and the sell options are there. Thank God for that, because that was pretty necessary, in my opinion, to make it easier to sort through. This is one of the things we've been asking for the most, so we'll be able to have a little bit easy organization, which is nice. And now that we have the glyphs, that has its own kind of sorting option there as well, and you can kind of see what the glyphs are going to look like. And it looks like we can sell the glyphs and all that too if we need to. So as far as room goes, if we have garbage ones, we can still get rid of them. And now when you go to upgrading the stuff, now we can actually just upgrade straight to 16, 12, 8, 4, etc. if we want to. And it would just go and use 50 million silver to get to level 16 or whatever it costs, etc. So for the people that have carpal tunnel, this is a little bit nicer of a quality of life upgrade as well. And this kind of shows you what the glyph is going to look like when you take the glyph and go to add it on to, get another additional stat bonus. It's going to look something sort of like that. And then there's miscellaneous balances here, which are basically, they just updated the rewards a little bit for a slightly better arena token fill. And then some minor balances here. Nothing too major when it comes to the bottom of the patch notes. Also, I want to show you the Plarium Play app is out, so you can, in fact, download sort of their game launcher. A lot of their other games are, in fact, already in here, but the Raid Shadow Legends one is right here. It is coming soon. You can see some of the screenshots and stuff. It looks like the graphics and textures are looking like it's going to look a lot better. So if you are wanting to see where you can get this at, I'll put a link for this in the description too, so you can download this and get ready, because it's looking like the computer version's coming out soon. Right here, you just click the link, you download it, install it, you got Plarium Play, and then you'll be notified once Raid Shadow Legends goes live when it comes to the PC client. Overall, the patch is pretty good, I think. Hopefully this new content in-game is as good as the patch looks. And as far as the in-game screenshots and everything look, these are looking pretty good too. So I'm kind of hoping that with all things considered, with the new client coming out and the patches and everything, that the game is hopefully looking up and we got some more fun, interesting stuff coming. Because I don't know about you guys, but the last tournaments and events haven't really been that interesting to me. I didn't really get too excited about them too much. But this type of content definitely gets me excited, because it is, in my opinion, actual pretty good content. So let me know in the description, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this patch. I think this one's looking pretty good. So yeah, love y'all. Thanks for watching this video, and let's see how good Faction Wars are.